Good evening, race fans. Welcome here to the Chicagoland Speedway for tonight's Chicagoland 135. My name is Robert Hill Jr. Joining me up here in the booth tonight is none other than William White. Will, how you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm doing great, man. I'm ready for a barn burner in Windy City.
It is definitely going to be a barn burner. And, you know, you mentioned Windy City. Not too windy here this afternoon, but what it is hot. 80 degrees ambient temperature, track temp currently 122 degrees Fahrenheit. And that is just going to continue to climb as the day goes on. Let's take a look at the race format for tonight's event. You can see right there, 90 laps, no stages, and 4 sets of Goodyear tires standing. Actually, I don't think they're Goodyears.
They're general tires, I believe.
General tires, that's right. They are general tires. As qualifying just wrapping up here on the racetrack, we're actually going to have a last-minute entrant joining at the last second here, Will. But why don't you tell us a little bit about what some of these guys can expect tonight?
Yeah, it's going to be a long endurance race, I think, for these guys. The track is super hot, 124 Fahrenheit. I think it peaked out, and like I said, it's only going to get hotter. So tire preservation and long-run speed is going to be the name of the game to try and get into Gatorade victory lane tonight, as we see our guys starting to line up on the grid, as our starting grid comes up on the screen there.
Let's take a look at the starting grid like William mentioned. It's going to be a Leighton Norgard on the pole alongside Johnny Thomas in row number 1. Row 2 is going to be Dustin Doerr and Jeff Green. Row 3, Jay Connor and Justin Wadsworth, with row 4 being Michael Hosick and Jess Story. Frank Foti and Carlos Acosta round out the top 10.
It's going to be the winner of the regular season finale, Indianapolis Raceway Park. Tyler scored in the 06 with Dylan Havry alongside him. That completes row 6. Corey Abbott and Mark Rabilas will complete row 7. Jaden Racimus and Carl Hanshaw in row 8. The 85 of Carl Simmons will be occupied by the 59 of Caleb Puma in row number 9. And Richard Hines in the 87 and Gavin Higgins in the 20 will round out the top 20.
21st here tonight, making up row number 11. It's going to be Shay Mitchell alongside David Carpenter. Raymond Hanneman making his ARCA debut alongside Bailey Mills. That's row number 12. Row 13 tonight, Andrew Hardcastle and Dustin Haynes. Row 14, Josh Osborne alongside Mitchell Javier. Brian Carrington and Robert Smith will make up row 15. Row 16 tonight will be David Woods in his debut alongside Connor Thompson. And rounding up the field in 33rd will be Richie Hearn, the former IndyCar driver in the real world, William White. So nice to have him with us tonight. Nice to have Richard Hines back as well. Talked about him a couple moments ago. Glad to have him back as the field starts to leave from that starting grid. It's going to be an interesting one here tonight. Justin Wadsworth deciding he doesn't want to go yet, but let's take a look at those points here, Will, and see where these guys stand entering this race here tonight. 3 rounds to go in the series. Justin Wadsworth leads the points by 5 over Frank Foti and Michael Hosick. Then it's another 12 back to Jeff Green, 13 to Tyler Skordensky, and the rest of that playoff field you see there on your screen as the field working their way around the racetrack. You can see them there, double file. We're going to get set to go green here tonight. And I do want to give a shout out to Track Camps for Gourmet. You see their logo on the bottom left corner. You're going to see it through the rotation of sponsors here tonight. They are the provider of the cameras that we will be utilizing here tonight. So check them out. Their link is in the description of our YouTube video here as we get set to go green. Will, who's your pick to take the victory in the Chicagoland 135?
Well, I might be biased, but I'm going to look for our pole sitter, the number 12, Leighton Norgard, to get it done tonight. He ran incredibly well in the season opener at Legacy Atlanta, and that racetrack ran very similarly to how we're expecting tonight to run at Chicagoland. So he seems to be good at these multi-groove mile and a half, and he's starting from the best seat in the house as we're about to go green here in Chicagoland. So Leighton Norgard, that's my pick for tonight.
Great pick there. I'm going to go a little bit further back, starting 7th tonight. One of the playoff drivers. I'm going to go with none other than Michael Hosick.
Definitely a dark horse pick there, a solid one. As we head through turn 1, Leighton Norgard still in the lead, but he's facing pressure from former Daytona 500 winner Johnny Thomas there on his outside. As we head into turn 3, Leighton Norgard will clear for the race lead, but Johnny Thomas will not give that up without a fight. Jeff Green in the 38, another strong playoff contender, will file into 3rd. Robert, you missed the green flag, dude.
Yeah, I'm a little late for the start. Sorry, folks. A Leighton Norgard and Johnny Thomas out front. Yeah, I can't join the action now as Johnny Thomas looks to the outside there of a Leighton Norgard. I'm going to stay up here in the announcer's tower, not going to get down there on pit road and get behind the wheel of the race car. But one person that has got behind the wheel is a Leighton Norgard as he continues to lead the way ahead of Johnny Thomas. A great battle for the race lead here. The 12 on the inside's Norgard. The 91 up top is, of course, Johnny Thomas. Norgard drives for Abbott Motorsports in the Belly Up Sports Cup Series, which you can see tomorrow night on the Elite Racing Network. Johnny Thomas, of course, the driver for Mountain Man Motorsports, which has a pretty solid owner. I like that guy a lot. He seems to be a good fella, and also happens to be me. As Richard Hearn takes it to pit road, he's going to exit and come onto the racetrack now in his Patrick Starfish number 70 machine here tonight. He's actually the 74. We just couldn't get his number set in time, as he did join a little bit later than we anticipated. As we go up above, you can see a bit of a battle brewing back here around Michael Hossig and Jay Connor. That's Hossig up top, Connor on the inside, Carlos Acosta right behind them there. Corey Abbott coming into the picture as well, as he's working his way around the circuit, catching up to Dustin Dewar, who's down 3 spots from the start here. Will started third, currently running in position number 6, as he has Justin Wadsworth under fire. Wadsworth here battling side by side with Jess Story off of turn number 2.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of hard fighting early on, just 5 laps into the show, but I'm looking for the guys who are kind of just keeping their noses clean. We see Johnny Thomas really streaking out towards a big lead, and Leighton Norgard's being a little bit more reserved as he faces a little bit of pressure there from Jeff Green. I think Leighton Norgard very much playing the long game. Last time we came here in Chicagoland 2023B, we only had 1 caution that night, so it was very much an endurance race that time rather than a sprint. So maybe Leighton's preparing for more of the same on this multi-groove racetrack. So Johnny Thomas is your lead here. He is looking strong, but maybe if we have a long green flag run, we'll see the likes of Leighton Norgard and Jeff Green coming back, as they're side by side now. Green on the top, Norgard on the bottom.
Side by side for second, like you said. Jeff Green up top, Leighton Norgard working his way on the inside lane there. These guys doing a great battle, trying to keep it up and see what they can do as the race progresses here this evening. Like you said last time, 1 caution, a bit of an endurance race for these drivers. So we'll see how this one goes here today, as Jeff Green does clear. Now Jess Story catching up to the back end of Leighton Norgard. So Norgard kind of falling back a little bit here on the start of this one, William White, but still a long way to go for him. And speaking of falling back, your drivers have all fallen to the tail of the field here. Actually, David Woods is up 1 spot in his debut. Shea Mitchell down 10 already, and Brian Carrington down 3. So kind of hanging out at the back together. The BOR Simsport team, Will?
Yep, those are my boys there. David Woods, Shea Mitchell, and Brian Carrington now. All very new to the iRacing service. I'm just looking for them to survive. They're doing me proud up there no matter where they finish. As long as they do finish. I don't want them killing anyone out there.
Definitely don't want that, as Dustin Dewar and Leighton Norgard now going side by side. That's Dewar up top, Norgard on the inside, battle for position number 3 here. Jess Story up top, Justin Wadsworth on the inside, as these drivers work their way around the circuit. Already 10% of the way into this one, approaching lap number 10 already. So a great start to the day by the drivers in the Pit Pass Network ARCA series. Of course, pitpassnetwork.com, your home for all things motorsports, from news to reviews and interviews. Check out pitpassnetwork.com. Lap number 10 underway. Johnny Thomas, Jeff Green, Justin Wadsworth, Jess Story, and Dustin Dewar, the top 5 here, Will.
Yeah, they're fighting hard. So I'll post it Leighton Norgard down to 6th for the time being, but what confirms to me that Leighton is looking for a longer run this time is that he is running the bottom all the way around the racetrack. We see the likes of Jeff Green up there, Jess Story, Dustin Dewar running the top side. That is the faster way around the track earlier on, and of course during qualifying. When you run the bottom, when you have that shallow arc into the corner, it puts a lot less strain on your tyres. As we're seeing already, Leighton Norgard fighting back against Dustin Dewar. This could be the beginning of a bit of a resurgence for the 12 car, expecting a bit of a longer run and maybe clawing his way back to the lead. To see Michael Hossack and Frank Fote, 2 playoff drivers side by side for P9.
Yeah, nice little battle here. Frank Fote, Michael Hossack, Carlos Acosta, and Gavin Higgins all together here. Higgins, the biggest mover of the day, up 8 positions already, currently resides in position number 12. So great drive so far by the driver of that number 20 machine. Is just further up the road is where we find Corey Abbott, who's put Jay Connor under fire. Oh, that's 3 wide right there as they work their way down the back straightaway. Let's get a upper view of this one. It's Norgard on the inside, Story in the middle, Dewar up top. Dustin Dewar now sliding in the wrong direction. He's under fire from Jess Story as Leighton Norgard tries to steal that position back. Here comes Corey Abbott down on the inside lane. Going to be side by side with Jake Connor as they head for turn number 1. Great battles by these guys as they continue to duke it out. We're going to quickly take a gander behind them as well, see how this one's faring. Hossik's been able to clear, so it's side by side with Acosta and Foti, but we're going to immediately jump back up to this battle for 4th between Dur and Norgard. A great one at that. And I just want to point out a couple other drivers. Notable runs so far by some of these guys. Raymond Hanneman, his debut in the series here tonight, driving the number 75 for Street Limit Racing. Currently scored there in position 18. He's up 5 spots on the day, Will. I know you're a big fan of the livery on that machine, so great to see him out here. Another driver having himself a pretty decent day so far is actually Josh Osborne. Up 4 spots so far. The 07 and the 007 about to battle for position. That's Bailey Mills in the 007. And hey, look at the message on the side of that one. Sponsor me. If you want to sponsor Bailey Mills, be sure to reach out to them. Get on board with that machine. Great driver is Bailey Mills in that 007, channeling their inner James Bond each and every week to have themselves a very solid day on the racing circuit as this battle continues between Dur and Norgard.
Yeah, Leighton Norgard's been under Dustin Dur for a good couple laps now. I think Leighton Norgard is starting to reap the benefits of those slightly better tyres, although he won't be doing them too many favours fighting Dustin Dur. As Jay Connor now looks into the mix. We might be going 3 abreast into turn 1. We are. That's going to put Leighton Norgard in a bit of a tricky situation. Dustin Dur's going to have to go right up by the wall as we ride along. Well, they're well close together. They are 3 abreast coming out of turn 2. Super hard but clean racing as Jay Connor looking to make the power moves early on. They're still 3 wide. Dur will clear the pair of Norgard and Connor.
No, he won't.
But Dur in the longer distance on the right. Norgard gets loose.
Wow.
They both save it. But that will lose Norgard a bundle of spots. He's down to P8.
Wow,
so
that was tight.
Time to get back. Seemed like Norgard's got a little bit loose there. The track heating up all the time. It's 123 Fahrenheit as they run, so it's super slick and slippery there here in Chicagoland. As Corey Abbott now looks to capitalize on the carnage there. He's side by side with Jay Connor looking for P6, maybe P5. He's going to have the run coming off the corner. They're still 3 wide. Corey Abbott with a big move on the outside of Jess Story and Jay Connor. He's looking for P5. He's done a massive surge up the field in the first quarter of this race. Leighton Norgard still waiting in the wings to try and make it back up some ground after some contact with Jay Connor a couple laps earlier as he gets to the outside of Jay Connor, but it's Corey Abbott up 3 spots. He's up to 5th place, now looking for a top 4.
Yeah, great battle among these drivers here is now Connor and Norgard going to go side by side again. We'll see if we have any contact like we had earlier on. No, Connor's just going to slide in behind the Leighton Norgard machine as Norgard tries to close the gap there. Let's jump back to a battle here side by side. It's Tyler Skordensky up on the high side. Raymond Hanneman going to slide by on the inside of that one. Of course, Hanneman's got a couple of teammates that show up each and every week in this series. Let's give them a little bit of TV time as well. Kyle Simmons in the 85 machine a little bit further back, another street limit driver. And this guy loves when we talk about him. His mom tunes in each and every week. It's Dustin Haynes in the 3 car. Shout out to those guys. Shout out to everyone that tunes in and supports their favorite driver each and every week. And will we miss the pass for the lead as Justin Wadsworth took the top spot over Johnny Thomas, and I think that happened quite a bit ago.
Yeah, the gap already 0.3 of a second, but the battling in and around the top 10 has been absolutely brilliant. We see as well off screen Norgard's got back past Jess Drew, but Justin Wadsworth, our regular season champion and I believe current points leader, now leads here in Chicago and making his bid for his first ever Elite Racing League championship ever stronger. He leads by 5 points. In the series, he leads by 0.3 of a second here in Chicagoland.
Yeah, nice drive so far there by Justin Wadsworth. We're about 10 laps away from being a third of the distance in the books here tonight. So these guys have done a phenomenal job so far, ticking the laps off relatively quickly. But of course, everything can change in the blink of an eye as we see Justin Wadsworth, Johnny Thomas, Jeff Green up here, the top three. A little bit further back, this is the battle for fourth now. Dustin Doer on the high side. That's Corey Abbott working his way on the inside lane. That's his Abbott Motorsports teammate, Leighton Norgard, behind him as they work their way down the back straightaway. Doer up top, Abbott on the inside, side by side here as they continue to work their way around the circuit. There's a battle for ninth as well. It's Jake Connor and Frank Fody side by side. Fody trying to gain the spot here. He needs it to try to close that gap on Justin Wadsworth. Not quite able to get there as of this point in time, but he'll continue to see what he can do right there. Another battle. There's contact. It's Hosek and Story coming together.
Yeah, got very squeaky bum time there between the 24 and the 29 there.
They got one now?
But they squeaky bum time. Okay, that's more of a British phrase than anything else.
It is indeed a British term.
Yeah, it's when you're at the end of the football season and you're fighting for places, you know, in your league table, and it's squeaky bum time. It's getting intense. It's getting intense out on the racetrack. We see their Story and Michael Hosek just trading paint, and we're trading positions. Further up the field is Corey Abbott, dispatches off the 32 machine of Dustin Doer, Leighton Norgard looking to follow suit. If there's a caution.
Caution on the racetrack, and Will, I think it's Jake Connor. Yes, it is. Jake Connor, Jess Story coming together, and Connor going up in smoke. Let's see what happened between the 29 and the 9. Story up top, Connor on the inside. Oh, that's a tough one. I don't know. I think they just kind of went for the same position. Let's see if we can get a look from high above this one momentarily and take a look. That's not too high up. Let's see here what happens between Jess Story up top and Jake Connor on the inside. You see them enter the corner now. Connor down on that inside seam. Story just above the second seam there. I'm going to say they both kind of moved. Connor might have moved more, though, than Jess Story did, Will. What's your thoughts on that?
It's a tough one because they've both kind of gone for the same bit of track, but it's so multi-groove, so you can't reliably predict what line the guy's going to go for. We've seen, if we kind of split the track into 4 pieces here with each seam, Connor's kind of in this second seam, Story's kind of in this third seam, Connor tracks up a bit, but there's an inch of net code. It's hard to say whether they would have hit regardless, but there is about an inch of net code there.
I thought that one's a racing deal. They both kind of went for the same spot on the racetrack. Just unfortunate for both of them.
Yeah. There's a bit of tension over the radius.
There's my pit crew, Will, standing on the wall waiting for my imaginary. Oh, there's my car on pit road as well. Isn't that wonderful? It is not actually on pit road, folks. That is just a test, a test drive, apparently, which we were definitely not hoping for. As Justin Wadsworth wins the race off pit road, Johnny Thomas second, Leighton Norgard, Corey Abbott, Dustin Doer the top 5, followed by Jeff Green, Michael Hosek, Frank Fody, Dylan Avere, and Gavin Higgins. We're going to step away real quick. When we come back, we'll take you through the middle portions of today's Chicagoland 135. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
The NASCAR Cup Series returns to Worldwide Technology Raceway on June 1st and 2nd, 2024. The time to get your tickets is now. For only $10 down, you can lock in your seats for an incredible weekend of family fun, featuring the Enjoy Illinois 300 and the Confluence Music Festival. Racing, music, camping, it all adds up to one amazing party. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
Alright, so we are back here on the Elite Racing Network. It's the Pit Pass Network ARCA Series at Chicagoland for the Chicagoland 135. Justin Wadsworth, still your race leader after our first caution of the night, triggered by an accident between Jess Story and Jay Connor. It's Johnny Thomas there in second. It's an Abbott Motorsports 3 and 4. Corey Abbott and Leighton Norgard making up the second row. The lights are off on the iRacing.com pace car. So we will be going green at this time by to commence lap 29, almost a third of the way through the race. We saw some pit strategy. Everyone should be on 4 fresh tyres, ready to go at it again, ready to do battle as we head out of turn 4 now. So the restart is imminent. Pace car makes the sharp left off pit road. We ride on board with race leader Justin Wadsworth, who's elected to take the outside. It's a brilliant jump there from the 60, leaves the rest of the field to sleep in. The outside line did not get a very good jump at all. Johnny Thomas in second, Leighton Norgard right on the back bumper there in third. Dustin Dewar will take fourth from for Corey Abbott, beg your pardon, after Corey did not get an ideal start. But Dustin Dewar, loose on the bottom, saves it, but is going to lose a bunch of time, a bunch of positions there. He's going to tumble down the order. He's out of the top 20 there. Not an ideal start at
big
all
loss for Dustin Dewar, indeed, Will. Unfortunately for him, going to lose a bunch of spots. Going to slot in behind David Woods and Richard Hines in 25th position on the racetrack. So massive loss for him as Justin Wadsworth continues to lead the way. A third of the way through this one, it's Wadsworth, Thomas, Norgard, Abbott, Green, the top 5, followed by Gavin Higgins, Frank Fody, Michael Hosick, Kyle Hanshaw, and Dylan Javier, the top 10. That's getting tight. There goes Fody.
He saved it.
No. Oh, big wreck.
Is around. Big one.
Big wreck right there. Franklin Fody gonna go around with contact there. I believe that was with Michael Hosick just a moment ago. Let's take a look at that. Hosick, Fody comes down. Fody comes down. It looks like Pecumer, Acosta gonna get involved in this one as well. Just unfortunate for those guys. Let's take one more look at this one from the chopper camera. You can see it, folks. Just really unfortunate here. Fody comes down on the nose of Michael Hosick, sends himself around, collects it, and then slams off of his teammate Pecumer up into Carlos Acosta. Just unfortunate there for Acosta and Fody, as Richard Hines gonna get a little bit of contact in the rear. I gotta see how Hines got involved though, because that was interesting. He's on the he's just behind Mark Rubilis and the 07 of Josh Osborne here. Let's watch that 87 of Hines. Oh, netcode. Netcode contact by David Woods right there, the BOR driver. As Hines able to save it. Some of these guys going to come down pit road. I believe that'll probably be the first tally of the night handed out, and it's likely to go to the 41 of Frank Fody. But as we take a look, let's take a run through the field here real quick. Justin Wadsworth leading the way in the 6 machine, doing what he needs to do tonight to gain points and continue to stretch that lead. You see him on the screen now. In second, Johnny Thomas driving the number 91 machine, out for some fun tonight. Get some seat time and see what he can do in the Pit Pass Network ARCA series. That's a Leighton Norgard, currently scored in position number 3. Corey Abbott back there in that 4th spot, having himself a nice run, up 9 spots on the day. Jeff Green scored in that 5th position, down 1 spot from his starting position this evening. Gavin Higgins, a big mover on the day, up 14 spots, currently scored in 6th. 7th goes to Kyle Hanshaw in the number 46 machine. Great run so far by him. Michael Hossack, of course, we just saw some contact there with Frank Fody moments ago. He scored in 8th. Caleb Pecumer in 9th. He had a door slap by Frank Fody in that incident, but a good run so far by him. Dylan Javier, also a very solid run here today. He rounds out the top 10. Raymond Hanneman up a dozen spots on the day in his Pit Pass Network ARCA Series season debut. Currently scored in 11th with the quiet driver of the day so far. Jaden Racimus currently scored in 13th. Connor Thompson, the biggest mover so far, up 19 spots, currently in that 13th spot. Tyler Skordensky down 3 to 14th as we run. It's Andrew Hardcastle in 15th, up 10 positions. Bailey Mills up 8 spots as well, currently scored there in 16th. Kyle Simmons 17th, exactly where he started is where he's running right now. Dustin Haynes, his street limit teammate, up 8 spots into the 18th position. Josh Osborne also up 8 spots today, currently scored in 19th. Rounding up the top 20 in his elite return is Richard Hines. David Woods up 10 spots to position number 21. Mitch Javier up 6 to 22nd. It's Shea Mitchell in 23rd alongside Mark Rabilas in 24th. Brian Carrington 25th as Dustin Dewar goes pit side. He's somewhere in there in 26th. Jess Story 27th. Robert Smith 28th. Frank Fody 29th. These guys are gaining some spots as guys pit. David Carpenter in 30th, Carlos Acosta 31st, former IndyCar driver Richie Hearn in 32nd, and Jake Connor rounds out the field, but unfortunately he is done for the day. But back up front, William White, Justin Wadsworth, Johnny Thomas getting set for the upcoming restart.
Yeah, it's been a clean mix from those two despite some recent kindness behind them. So big shout out to those guys. Obviously, Justin Wadsworth showing why he is a regular season champion, looking to cap it off with a whole title by the end of this when we go to Gateway, I believe, for the season finale. But right now, their focus is on winning tonight at Chicagoland, and Justin Wadsworth is in the best position to do so. They'll commence this restart coming to lap number 35, and with Justin Wadsworth leading, Johnny Thomas alongside him, but there's a pack on Green Wolves wanting to take it from them.
As we get set to go green, here we go. Pace cars off. It's Wadsworth, it's Thomas, and it's time to go racing. Green flag back in the air, and we are back underway here at Chicagoland. Justin Wadsworth with a fantastic jump ahead of Johnny Thomas, who's going to be side by side with a Leighton Norgard in position number 2. Norgard on the rebound after what was not the best of starts for him. Will, just wondering if you could check in on the current track temperatures. Let us know what we're running at as we see 3 wide a little bit further back. It's Connor Thompson, the 75 of Hanneman, and the 06 of Skordensky. Now Andrew Hardcastle takes the spot of Thompson. Racimus gets loose. That's a tight 3 wide off of turn number 4 as we'll check back in with weatherman William White.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a pretty kind sort of restart, but Leighton Norgard did a brilliant job getting past Johnny Thomas as quickly as he did. He's already hot on the heels of Justin Wadsworth, who did get a pretty good restart. Connor Thompson gets loose. Oh, he's gonna save it.
Great
he
save.
Does save it. Brilliant save there from Connor Thompson, but that is going to come
no! We're going to be under caution now. Rabilas involved. The 98 of Robert Smith involved as well. Let's take a look at that one and see what just happened. Well, we did see it live, unfortunately for Connor Thompson. just going to get run over there by Robert Smith. I got to wonder if Robert actually saw what was going on ahead of him here. Let's see if we can ride on board with him. Let's get in the cockpit, see what he saw. Jumps down to the inside of Dustin Door. There's Mark Robot. Yeah, he had nowhere to go. He could have probably shot to the apron, but he likely would have lost it there. Rubilas goes around. Connor Thompson going to go around. Oh, Jess Story gets another piece of that one. Robert Smith looks like he'll be okay, but Connor Thompson goes for one heck of a ride there. And we have some more pit stops underway here, Will. Leighton Orkar, Johnny Thomas, Corey Abbott, and Jeff Green going to come down pit road here. They got a couple takers behind them, including the likes of Hanneman, Haynes, Smith, Story, and Thompson from the latest incident as well. So pit road, a busy spot here now as a couple other drivers come down pit road. We're almost halfway in this one, so we'll see what kind of timing we can make with half number 2. But Justin Wadsworth going to continue to lead ahead of Gavin Higgins, Kyle Hanshaw, Michael Hossack, Dylan Javier, the top 5. Then it's Jaden Racimus, Caleb Pecumer, Tyler Skordensky, Bailey Mills, and Andrew Hardcastle. We're going to step away real quick. When we come back, we'll take you through the middle portion of today's race.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
The NASCAR Cup Series returns to Worldwide Technology Raceway on June 1st and 2nd, 2024. The time to get your tickets is now. For only $10 down, you can lock in your seats for an incredible weekend of family fun, featuring the Enjoy Illinois 300 and the Confluence Music Festival. Racing, music, camping, it all adds up to one amazing party. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
We are back here at Chicagoland. It's currently Justin Wadsworth leading the way. Under that caution, Richie Hearns got himself another lucky dog to put himself back on the lead lap and back with the rest of the field. So we'll see what that driver can do here when we do get going green momentarily in the Patrick Starfish machine. Hearn currently scored back there in position number 28 on the racetrack as we work caution number 3. He's been the wave around on every caution so far here, Will, and has put himself on the lead lap.
Yeah, he's done a brilliant job at keeping his nose clean when he sees the carnage in front of him to remain eligible to claim the lucky dog, the free pass every single time he spent the yellow. So he is back running on the lead lap and leading this race. It is Justin Wadsworth and Gavin Higgins. Gavin Higgins and Justin Wadsworth did stay out, as did Hanshaw, Hossack, Javier, Racimus, Pecumer, Skordensky, Mills, Hardcastle. I think everyone down to Leighton Norgard, I think, all stayed out. So that's down to 21st. That's a lot of people that have stayed out. So a big strategy variance coming into this one.
Yeah, definitely a big strategy variance. We'll see how that comes into play as the race progresses here, Will. Of course, still a long way to go in this one. But yeah, let's take a quick look and just see when who the first car is on tires. Looks to be Jeff Green in position number 19. Of course, Dustin Dewar, only a couple of laps on this set as well. But let's get set to go green once again. It's going to be Justin Wadsworth, Gavin Higgins as we get set to go green. Will, let's crank it up.
It's a pretty good start there for Justin.
And as you see on your screen now, battles on for the race lead. Gavin Higgins in the 20, going to take to the high side. Let's see what he can do to try to work his way to the race lead on the outside of the Justin Wadsworth machine. That is Kyle Hanshaw waiting in the wings just behind, currently running in position number 3. Jaden Racimus and Michael Hossack rounding out the top 5 as we're approaching halfway here. 42 laps in the books. It's Justin Wadsworth, the leader, but here comes Higgins on the inside. Let's go side by side into turn number 1.
Yeah, Gavin Higgins has had an electric restart. Stayed pretty tight to Justin Wadsworth off the launch there, despite the decent jump that Justin Wadsworth got, and he's been hot on his heels ever since the drop of the green. We cranked it up, but that first lap, now they're cranking up the heat near the halfway point. Gavin Higgins, Justin Wadsworth side by side for the race lead. Carl Hanshaw licking his lips, loving the look of this. And if he can get involved, he can pull a power move 3 wide, try and get around the pair of them to lead his first laps in the Pit Pass Network ARCA series. But it's a regular season champion against another big playoff prospect for the lead at the halfway point.
Now, Will, I gotta ask you here. You said cranking up the heat. What is the current track temperature down there that these drivers are driving on? Seems like it's solidified a little bit, or they've just gotten more comfortable.
I think it has stabilized 123 degrees Fahrenheit. Not cool by any means, but definitely consistent. It'll allow these drivers to acclimate to it just a little bit more. They'll get used to the slickness and the looseness that they will encounter through the turns. But it is definitely not easy for them out there. That track is piping hot.
Great battle here for the race lead. As you see, Higgins and Wadsworth continuing to be side by side, very tight as they work their way through turns 3 and 4. A little bit of a wiggle from both cars there. Of course, the track temperature is still coming into play at 123 degrees. It's definitely going to have a little bit of slickness to it, Will, and we'll see that throughout this one. But lap 46 now, halfway. The cross flags were just displayed as we work our way down the back straight. Oh, that's tight right there. Hand shot of the apron. Back up the racetrack. That could have been real bad for the driver of the 46, but he's able to hold on like the madman he is as we continue to charge our way down the front straightaway.
Oh,
no!
Customers on his side.
That was a kickflip right there by David Carpenter, channeling his inner Tony Hawk. Let's take a look and see what in the world just happened to him. I see Robilas, I see Carrington back there as well. We'll see if any of those guys were involved.
Carpenter is in the wall.
He gets in the wall.
Oh,
loses
that bit that juts out there.
Hit the part that jumps out. Oh, David Woods gets into him, spins the car. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Raymond Hanneman. Wow. Okay, we got a couple onboards to watch here. I don't know when the caution actually comes out here, Will, but wow.
Hanneman came in with a foot at a steam.
All right, we're going to go on board with Carpenter. Let's see from his view. So there was just the contact from David Woods, going to send him sideways. There goes Haynes. There's Woods. He's going to straighten it up and keep it going straight. And then here comes Raymond Hanneman. He looks down. He looks up. Says hello to God looking down from above, and then continues on here. But holy cow, what a ride by Dave Carpenter. Let's back that up once again and see it from Raymond Hanneman's point of view. You see it all happening right ahead of them there. Let's see what happens. We're going to slow it down. He actually loses Carpenter in the smoke, I think. I think that's exactly what happened. I'm going to back that up one more time. And let's take that real time. You can see Carpenter a little bit, and then all of a sudden he just appears right there. But that was one heck of a ride. That was a heck of a ride for Dave Carpenter. Do they ever acquire damage there, Will?
Hanneman is absolutely junk. Carpenter is absolutely junk. Can confirm there. I think Hanneman definitely done.
Junk all around.
Carpenter, I think, is also assessing a meatball flag. So
we got junk all around, and we got absolute carnage right there. That was one heck of a ride. I haven't seen that in a while. David Woods coming down pit road. He looks like his car might be skewed out a little bit, but he should be A-okay. Wasn't a huge hit with the David Carpenter machine. Well, got to give a shout out to the folks at Blue Egg Marketing. Blue Egg is the marketing department for small businesses, small business owners. Blue Egg is your biggest fan. Of course, we heard from the folks at Worldwide Technology Raceway not too long ago. And of course, track cams for Gourmet, providing all the angles that you see here tonight and most of this Pit Pass Network ARCA Series season. But up front, Michael Hosick, your race leader, ahead of Jaden Racimus, Andrew Hardcastle, Leighton Norgard, and Johnny Thomas. So we just had a big swing of pit stops there as we saw some drivers take flight. Corey Abbott in 6th, Dustin Haynes 7th, Shay Mitchell 8th, Robert Smith up to 9th, and Frank Fody there in 10th. Let's take a look at the pit strategy. You can see it right there. Everyone from Higgins on back just came down pit road, and Gavin Higgins actually beat Justin Wadsworth off of pit road and gained an extra spot. So he's got himself up to 13th on new tires.
Yeah, we are seeing some big swings in strategy. Michael Hossack will inherit the lead for the first time tonight as we go double file, 1 to go.
20. He's basically split the race so far. 25 laps on the opening stint, another 25 now on this stint. It'll be interesting to see how this one goes as the race plays on. But does look like Carpenter, Hanneman, Story, and Connor all going to... actually, no. Hanneman and Carpenter are going to continue on. Both of them a lap or more down, but Story and Connor appear to be the two drivers out of today's races. We're going to get set to go green. Once again, it's Michael Hossack on the inside, Jaden Racimus on the outside. Hossack, of course, the control car as we get set to fire off once again. The field, of course, now working their way down the back straightaway. You can see it from the crowd here. Looking at the fan cam. Shout out to Rudy up there in row 32 taking this shot for us. As the field works the way through 3 and 4, we're going to get set to go green once again. This time, Barney, the flagman, with the green flag in hand. Fred, the pace car driver, with the steering wheel, getting set to turn it left down pit road. There he goes now. Fred to pit road. Us back to the green flag here. There's Barney. He's ready and he's waving. 40 laps to go, and it's Michael Hossack on the loud pedal.
There's a yellow already back there, I believe. Caution number 5 in it.
Oh. Hanshaw comes to a stop. Let's take a look at that one, see what just happened on that restart. So a stack up behind the 13 of Carrington. Oh, yeah, Dustin Doerr gets into the back there of the Kyle Hanshaw machine, but just looks like Brian Carrington did not find the loud pedal whatsoever on the restart. Let's see it in real time. You can see him behind the Dustin Haynes machine. The whole field pulls away, and he is just coasting there as the field stack up behind him. Probably a couple black flags that are going to need to be cleared, but unfortunately for the 46 of Hanshaw, he is going to be the one to go around and bring out the latest caution here. Just a domino chain reaction on that restart. Unfortunate for those guys to go back under caution, but fortunate for Michael Hossack, less time that he's going to have to battle on those older tires up front. Now, Will, of course, tomorrow night, as Barney the flagman continues to wave that yellow flag, I think we know it's under caution here, Barney, but thanks for your efforts anyways. tomorrow night in the Elite Belly Up Cup Series is going to be the Black Magic Designs World 600, which is essentially the Elite Coca-Cola 600 taking place at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Going to be a full-length race, so that's going to kick off at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time over on the Elite Racing Network. Be sure to tune in for that one. And folks, just so you do know, we are quickly approaching 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, help us out, and once we get there, maybe Chad will throw us a little party so we can celebrate that with all of you. We're going to step away once again. We'll be right back on the Elite Racing Network. Don't go anywhere.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
The NASCAR Cup Series returns to Worldwide Technology Raceway on June 1st and 2nd, 2024. The time to get your tickets is now. For only $10 down, you can lock in your seats for an incredible weekend of family fun, featuring the Enjoy Illinois 300 and the Confluence Music Festival. Racing, music, camping, it all adds up to one amazing party. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
And we are back here once again, working caution number 5, Will. 36 laps to go. Michael Hossack, Jaden Racimus remain out front. We're going to get set to go green this time by as we work our way down the back straightaway once again. Hopefully we can get us a decent run in here and try to tick off a handful of laps in this middle segment of the race. It's going to go by relatively quickly. Of course, these guys are running lap times about 32 seconds. So if we get this, if we go green, we could technically be done racing in about 15 minutes. So we'll see how this one goes. Well, as we get set to go green once again.
Yeah, we're still seeing the guys hanging strong on those older tires. Hossack, Racimus, Hardcastle, but Norgard, I believe, is the leader of the boys with the freshest tires, so we'll see how quickly he can scythe his way through the pack as the pace car does pull off well into the Geico restart zone. And the green flag is waving. Michael Hossack with a brilliant restart. The outside line didn't get going much at all. That's going to allow Andrew Hardcastle, winner from Talladega, to try and move himself up into second place. I'll let you Norgard there up in 4th, Johnny Thomas in 5th, as Michael Hossack leads the way at Chicagoland off the restart.
Yeah, you can see right there, Hardcastle getting a little bit bent out of shape, able to gather it up on the inside of his teammate, Leighton Norgard. Norgard working his way around the high side. There's Corey Abbott coming into the shot as well. Johnny Thomas just behind Norgard and Abbott there, back up into the top 5. He's had himself a very strong day today. We'll see what he can do. And now, Will, I don't want to jinx it, but I did call Michael Hostek as my race-winning pick earlier on. I hope he's able to hold on and have himself a solid day. I hope that's not a jinx, because he's done really well in this Pit Pass Network ARCA series. I think it's helped elevate his driving across all series here in Elite. He still hasn't gotten necessarily exactly to where he wants to be, contending for victories each and every week, but he's got himself up and into a more competitive position on the racetrack, which is absolutely massive, and you love to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is the Driver Development League, and Michael Hostek is someone who's been here from the start since 2023, and he's made leaps and bounds of progress and skill and, you know, just racecraft in general. But you see the guys behind him, they're still hungry, but Hostek is hanging firm. Half a second lead over Jaden Racines and Leighton Norgard behind him, as Norgard looks to take second place from young Jaden there into turn number 1. So Norgard on the fresher tyres is looking to make quick, swift progress through the field and chase after that 24. But Racines isn't letting him have it easily, and that's going to allow Michael Hostek to just keep eking out that gap little by little as we head to 30 to go. Michael Hostek with the advantage as we run.
Yeah, great drive so far by Hostek, as you see Jaden Racines holding really steady up there inside the top 3. He has some very experienced drivers both on his inside and behind him now, with a Leighton Norgard down on the bottom, Johnny Thomas there as well. Of course, Corey Abbott, a winner in the Elite Racing League, multi-time in ARCA, winner in the truck side as well at Daytona, with a great push by me a couple of seasons ago. Continue. Oh, no! That's a big jinx right there. That was such a jinx. I was saying how good of a run he was having. Still a good run up there in the 8th position, just ahead of Shea Mitchell, another driver that's having himself a great drive here so far. Yeah,
Mitch, I'm definitely not biased towards my drivers. You're doing brilliantly, dude.
Look at Shea Mitchell up there in position number 10. He loses a spot to Dustin Haynes. Here comes Robert Smith on the inside. We got to stay above this one as best as we can, as this is a gaggle of race cars together here. 30 to go. Is Mitch about to be 3 wide? Yes, he is. Here comes Skordensky on the inside. Smith in the middle. Shea Mitchell up top. Shea Mitchell, however you want to say it. Shea. Okay. As we nearly got sideways there with Jeffrey Green off of the nose of Joshua Osborne. Bailey Mills goes to the outside of Green. Gonna get behind Shea Mitchell, as William White having himself a panic attack up here in the announcer's booth. Let's go back up here side by side. Gavin Higgins, Justin Wadsworth duking it out for position number 5. Another shuffle back here. It is Osborne on the inside, Mitchell in the middle, and Mills up top as Osborne goes up 4 lanes into the side of Bailey Mills. They're able to continue on. Here comes Richie Hearn behind the 8 machine of Shea Mitchell. Now as he gets turned, Acosta in the air. Caution! Big impact right there. Richie Hearn gonna get hit. Mark Rabilas, Carlos Acosta, Frank Foti involved in this one as the caution comes out once again. We're gonna have to take a look at this one. That was rather large out there on the racetrack. Let's take a look at the Richie Hearn machine. I believe he's going to come together with Carlos Acosta. It's just Acosta comes way up the racetrack, turns the Richie Hearn machine, goes over top of the Dylan Javier machine. Frank Foti going to get caught up in this one as well. Let's back it up, take another gander at how Frank gets involved. I believe it's off the nose of Kyle Simmons. Javier goes underneath Acosta. He's going to get turned as well. Not going to get the inside or outside wall is Dylan Javier. But just unfortunate for those guys there. Acosta into Hearn, into Carnage with just over 25 laps to go. Working caution number 6. It's Hostek, it's Thomas, and it's pit time once again.
Yeah, just looking back at this incident, the 70 that O2 make contact of is the O2 up into the 70. The 70 is about a car's width off the wall, and Acosta does look to be running it, expecting Richie Hearn to be right by the wall. So just unfortunate there for those guys. But yeah, super unfortunate. It's a big damage there for a lot of fast cars.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate as someone just got a passing under yellow penalty. I don't believe they actually did much passing there, but of course, race control will take a look as it looks like it's going to be Michael Hosick. No, it'll actually be Johnny Thomas winning the race off of pit road. He is scored 14th currently. So those drivers that have stayed out on the racetrack is going to be Norgard, Abbott, Dewar, Robert Smith up to 4th, Jeff Green in 5th, Bailey Mills, Kyle Hanshaw, Kyle Simmons, David Carpenter, David Woods, the top 10, then Mitch Avere, Richard Hines, and Richie Hearn, the 13 drivers still on the racetrack, with Johnny Thomas, Michael Hosick, and Gavin Higgins, the top 3 on new tires. So, like we mentioned, of course, tomorrow night, tune in to the Elite Racing Network for Cup Series coverage of the Belly Up Sports Cup Series. That'll be David Huckleberry alongside Dave Westergreen and Gerald Campbell. I had to think who it was for a moment there, Will. It's Gerald, driver of the 00 on Monday nights. He's going to be up there in the booth calling all the action. I don't know who won the marble race last time. It might have been Casey Hatch, but not too sure. I know it definitely wasn't me. I never win those marble races, Will, on the Simply Racing podcast. Have you won any yet? Will just quickly working some race control duties. Should be back with us shortly. Just want to quickly, again, send our best wishes to all of those going through the extremely severe weather going across the United States this afternoon and tonight. Hopefully everyone is a-okay and not too much damage has taken place. If you do need assistance, definitely reach out to Chad and all those here at Elite. We'll do whatever we can to help you guys out and get you back up on your feet. But best wishes to everybody that is going through those absolutely devastating storms here this evening. But, Will, Leighton Norgard, Corey Abbott, Dustin Dewar, Robert Smith, Jeff Green going to be the top 5 as we're getting set to restart with 23 laps remaining in this one. It's been a good race so far. Let's see if we can finish it even better.
Yeah, Leighton Norgard, Corey Abbott all doing very well. Dustin Dewar, Robert Smith as well, up into a race high 4th, I believe, so a good run from him. You asked me a question earlier while I was making a race control call. What was that, sorry?
I don't remember. So we're not going to worry about it.
I haven't won anything yet. So if it was won anything, the answer's no.
Oh, did you win the marble race yet on the Simply Racing podcast?
I've not. Sad. I can't win any races in this league apparently. Marbles all races.
You can't even win as a marble? Come on now. I mean, I haven't won as a marble, but I've won races. So I guess.
Super speedways.
Hey, not just super speedways. Not just super speedways.
Oh, sorry, you run a road course when I was, not even born yet. Sorry.
Will.
Robert.
Can you believe that we are about 6 weeks away from the 5-year anniversary of my first Elite victory, side by side with Chad Frankenfield at the line at Circuit of the Americas? It's absolutely ridiculous. But let's get set to go green once again. 23 laps remaining when we do go green. Again, it'll be Norgard, Abbott, Dewar, Smith, Green, Mills, Hanshaw and company up front as we are back underway.
Pretty good start there for a Leighton Norgard there. Up on the high side, he will get clear of Dustin Dewar, but there are 3-4 wide. They're super speedway racing behind them. That is a huge gaggle there, but they're keeping it fairly clean. They're 3 wide. That's Wadsworth, Mitch Havitt, and Richie Hearn are up on the top side. Hearn will get clear there. Wadsworth will be on his inside. They're just 2 wide now. Kyle Simmons up there. That's right by the wall. I don't think he quite got into it, but it's Dewar now. Making the move on Leighton Norgard. He's going to take the lead now. Coming to 22 to go here at Chicagoland.
Oh, we're wrecking.
Oh, big one.
Gavin Higgins and company gonna be involved. I believe it's a incident with it's Richard Hines involved in this one with Gavin Higgins. Let's take a look and see what just happened at the rear of the field. It actually might be further up. Let's take a look at Gavin Higgins running there behind Johnny Thomas. He gets hooked by David Woods, going to send him around. And Richard Hines, there's nowhere to go, hits the outside wall. Going to be the 20 of Gavin Higgins, going to go around after contact with the 74 of David Woods. We're going to be less than 20 to go when we go green once again. It's Dewar, Norgard, Abbott, Green, and Hanshaw, the top 5. Let's listen to the sights and sounds of the Chicagoland Motor Speedway, or Chicagoland Speedway. All right, Will, we are back here at Chicagoland. Dustin Dewar continuing to lead the way ahead of Jeff Green, Kyle Hanshaw, Bailey Mills, and Dave Carpenter. If you're Michael Goodman and you're looking at this right now, you're thinking, wow, what a solid run for Do Good Motorsports here so far, as he has 3 drivers up inside the top 5 right now in Dewar, Green, and Carpenter. But it's been a wild day so far for this field. Hopefully we can clean it up in the closing 17 laps as we do get set to go green this time by.
Yeah, the Do Good Motorsports guys 1, 2, and 5, but it has not been without drama. It's not been easy for these guys. They've had to navigate quite a bit of carnage. Seen some more takers down pit road. I think the Abbott Motorsports boys of Corey Abbott and Leighton Norgard took to pit road again for fresh boots, ready for this last mad dash to the flag with 18 laps to go at the end of this 7th caution period.
Look at that pit strategy. That is all over the place, looking like
Yeah.
a quilt right now with different patches from different strategies. We'll see how this plays out for all these guys, but let's get set to go green once again here, Will. Of course, like we said, Dustin Dewar, Jeff Green going to be the front row. Of course, Dewar, the control car on the inside, Green on the outside. Let's see what these guys can do. Some different players up front, some guys that are going to be in desperation mode coming from the rear as we get set to go green. Barney, the flagman, waves it. We're underway.
Decent start for our front two there. Dustin Dewar does get clear of his teammate Jeff Green, but Jeff Green still going to hang firm in second place for now. Carl Hanshaw will be applying pressure. That's Mills and Carpenter side by side behind them. And it's the number 6 in position. Number 6, that's Dustin Wadsworth, points leader. Looking to try and make some power moves, get to the front before long. But it's Carpenter and Bailey Mills side by side for positions 4 and 5. And we are 3 wide. Brian Carrington there on the top. Carlos Costa and Gavin Higgins there fighting in the mid-pack. So Brian Carrington not afraid to get his elbows out. And that's Corey Abbott there, ducking low. See Jaden Racimus and Richie Hearn on the bottom there of Johnny Thompson with 3
Oh
wide
my gosh, Hearn's
contacts.
going to get spun again. Oh, they save it.
They're
Good.
gonna save it.
They
Jaden's
do
gonna spin
save
down
it.
for Josh,
Jaden
but they
through
are
the
gonna save it.
grass.
We will stay green.
Connor Thompson losing it.
Oh,
He's going to catch it.
Saves
Let's
it
stay
again.
green, boys. Come on now. Hanshaw,
Where
the
did
leader.
that come from? I just caught that. Carl Hanshaw's your race leader.
Hanshaw leads ahead of Green, Dewar, Wadsworth, and Mills, the top 5. Here comes Hefe. Jeff Green to the inside.
Yeah, Jeff Green.
This is
2000
absolutely wild. Here
NASCAR
comes
Bush Chase
Wadsworth. Of course, yeah,
Big
like you
power
said,
moves.
the Bush Series champion. Oh, we're wrecking it.
Oh,
Simmons
no.
and Hearn. Oh, my gosh. Richie Hearn
Hearn
going to be
has
involved
been
in
a
everything
magnet.
tonight.
Poor Richie. Let's see what happened. See Richie Hearn. Oh, Simmons and Raymond Henneman, beg your pardon, up ahead of him.
Oh,
Simmons just...
Tally
into the
85.
safety. It looks like Jay Mitchell does a brilliant job at avoiding that. Gets nicely on the brakes, only taps the 70 ever so slightly, so he will live to see another day. Kyle Hanshaw, for the first time of tonight, is going to be your race leader. Jeff Green and Dustin Dewar teammates in second and third. Justin Wadsworth fourth. Bailey Mills channeling his inner James Bond. He's the man with the golden gun. He is in 5th place. Johnny Thomas started 2nd, I believe. He's now 6th. Tyler Skordensky, IRP winner, 7th. Carpenter, Hossack, and Talladega winner Andrew Hardcastle round out the top 10.
Pit stops again as Mills comes down pit road in the 007 machine. Mitch Avier, Mark Robilas, Robert Smith coming down as well. Shout out Mark Robilas, robilasphoto.com for all your photography needs. Our replay machine sponsor and a big supporter of the Elite Racing League. Will, let's take our final commercial break. When we come back, we'll take you guys to the conclusion of the Chicagoland 135. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
The NASCAR Cup Series returns to Worldwide Technology Raceway on June 1st and 2nd, 2024. The time to get your tickets is now. For only $10 down, you can lock in your seats for an incredible weekend of family fun, featuring the Enjoy Illinois 300 and the Confluence Music Festival. Racing, music, camping. It all adds up to one amazing party. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
All right, we are going to go green with 10 laps to go, Will. Hopefully, the final restart here as we wrap up caution number 8. That's 7 more than we had last time we were here. Kyle Hanshaw, Jeff Green, Dustin Doerr, Justin Wadsworth, and Johnny Thomas, the top 5, followed by Skordensky, Carpenter, Hosick, Hardcastle, and Pecumer, the top 10.
Yeah, seems like the way of the staying out strategy seems to be the way to go. Kyle Hanshaw, Jeff Green, Dustin Doerr, and others all staying out during the last pit cycle, and they are still in the lead. The likes of Norgard, who pitted in, they are down just on the outskirts of the top 10, and with just 10 laps to go, they are going to have a bit of a mountain climb. It's Kyle Hanshaw and Jeff Green, your front runners on the restarts. They enter the restart zone. It's a decent jump for Kyle Hanshaw, Jeff Green, and Dustin Doerr. Teammates will be side by side for second place. Kyle Hanshaw breaking free with just 10 laps to go to see if he can get his first Pit Pass Network ARCA Series victory behind them. Doerr and Green still side by side. Johnny Thomas clears Justin Wadsworth for 4th place. They're 3 wide behind them. Hardcastle, Carpenter, and Skordensky. That's the fight for 6th. And Norgard already trying to make up places. He's up 2 spots. He's on the inside of Michael Harsack looking for P9, but it's Kyle Hanshaw still in the lead.
Hanshaw continues to lead ahead of Jeff Green and Dustin Doerr as Doerr chops off the nose of Wadsworth there. It's getting pretty tight between these guys as they work their way through turns 1 and 2. Once again, 9 laps to go. Coming to 8 next time by as they're going to go 3 wide down the back straightaway. Back to 2 now as Thomas going to move up ahead of Skordensky. Doerr going to block, maybe playing blocker for these guys. Here he comes. He's going to the high side as Jeff Green dives down to the inside. Hanshaw, Green, Doerr, Wadsworth, and Hardcastle, the top 5 with just 8 laps to go.
Yeah, they're giving it everything now. Justin Wadsworth on the inside there of Dustin Doerr. Andrew Hardcastle's kind of come out of nowhere. He's on the inside of Johnny Thomas now. He's run beautifully in this last part of the race. Don't count out Leighton Norgard. He's on fresh tyres. They're going to go 3 wide for P3.
Battle for the lead as well. Doerr to the inside by the Kyle Hanshaw machine. Jeff Green coming for the lead. They're going to be side by side at the line. 7 to go. It's Hanshaw, Green, Wadsworth, Doerr, and Thomas. The top 5 as Hardcastle sends it almost to the back end of Johnny Thomas. This is quite the battle for the lead as we watch from high above. Let's tighten up on this one and see what these guys can do as we work our way down the back straightaway. Hanshaw continues to lead. Thomas with contact from Doerr. He's going to save it now. He'll be 3 wide with Skordensky. Here comes Hardcastle down to the inside of Jeff Green. Wow, what a battle here for second now.
Hardcastle out of nowhere trying to take second place from Wadsworth and Green. They will just about stay for on. Hardcastle sends it in big time. He's going to keep it on the bottom. Wadsworth clears for second place. Hardcastle looks to get up into the podium places. for the first time in this race, I'm letting Norgard in hot pursuit see if he can make it 3 wide. But
Here
still,
comes
Kyle Hanshaw
Wadsworth.
all the time in the lead for now. Wadsworth on the bottom trying to take the lead. He's going to clear him off of turn 4.
Wadsworth to the inside, crosses over. Now here comes Hanshaw down to the inside. They're going to be side by side for the race lead. Into turn number 1. 5 laps to go. It's tight behind. Contact Skordensky and Norgard. Skordensky up the track. Thomas into the wall as they continue on. It's Wadsworth now leading the way. Dorr going to get the wall. He's stuck in it. He's going to fall back. Everyone able to avoid him here. We'll see if we stay green. Coming to 4, it's Wadsworth leading the way. We're going to be side by side behind. It's Hanshaw, Hardcastle, Green, Norgard, caution! Raymond Hanneman, Dustin Tour going to be involved in this one as the caution does come out on the racetrack. Let's take a look and see what happened. I believe it may involve Richard Hines potentially. We'll take a look watching the 75. Oh, Hanneman into the back of Dustin Tour. Looks like the engine going to expire on the Hanneman machine, and that'll bring out the latest caution. Let's watch it one more time. Taking a look at Dustin Dewar. He's stuck in the wall there. We saw that a while ago. Falls back, hits that little bump in the wall, comes off of the wall. Now Hanneman just into the back of him, and that is going to bring an end to the day for Dustin Dewar, and that's going to push us into pitpassnetwork.com overtime coming up here momentarily.
Yeah, very unfortunate incident there. We just see Dustin Dewar come down. And yeah, super unfortunate for Raymond. Had nowhere to go, got completely blindsided there by the 32. Super unfortunate.
Definitely unfortunate there. Let's take another quick run through the field as we do work this caution here. Hopefully the final caution of the day, but it's Justin Wadsworth, your leader. Second, Kyle Hanshaw. Third is going to be Andrew Hardcastle. Just behind them is where we find Jeff Green. Leighton Norgard rounding out the top 5, followed by Skordensky in 6th. Hossack there in 7th. It's Gavin Higgins in 8th. Corey Abbott in position number 9 with Johnny Thomas in 10th. And then just outside the top 10, Will, is where we find Bailey Mills, Dustin Haynes there in 12th. Jaden Racimas, Josh Osborne, and Caleb Pacuma round up the top 15, followed by Dave Carpenter, Carlos Acosta in 17th, Richie Hearn in 18th, Brian Carrington 19th, Robert Smith in 20th, Dylan Javier 21st, Mark Rabilas in 22nd, David Woods 23rd, Mitch Javier 24th, Shea Mitchell in 25th as he goes pit side. Richard Hines, Kyle Simmons, and Frank Foti round out the cars currently on the racetrack. So we look back at the field from the view of Justin Wadsworth. You see Kyle Hanshaw. There's Andrew Hardcastle behind him. Corey Abbott's face going for a ride on the hood of that one as per usual. We'll see if the power of the Corey helps Andrew Hardcastle here tonight. He's had himself a great run, currently up 22 positions on the day. And folks, we're hoping that we go 1 to green this time by, and then it'll set us up for overtime, which will be a green, white checkered. And we do have 3 attempts at that. Now, Will, I'm going to give you a chance here. Do you want to change who your race pick is at this point, or are you staying steady with the Leighton Norgard?
I mean, he's fast. He's on fresher tires than the rest of the pack. And I think he's going to give it absolutely everything to get that win. He knows the point situation he's in is less than ideal, and he's got Justin Wadsworth, who's the points leader, leading this race. So the last thing he needs is for that gulf to grow even bigger. So I think he's going to find something. He's going to find that little bit of pace, and I see no reason why he can't win this race. I see no reason why the front 20 can't win this race with how chaotic this last half of the race has been. But I am excited for the screen white checker because this has been an incredible race.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on this one as the white, well, not the white, but we're shown 1 to green this time. Hanshaw, Wadsworth on the front row, Hardcastle, Green, row 2. Then is Norgard, Skordensky, row 3, Hosick, Higgins, row 4, Abbott and Mills in row 5. We'll keep an eye on this one. And Will, my pick at the start was Michael Hosick. I'm going to stay steady with my Canadian brother, Michael Hosick. He's going to get it done here tonight for his first victory as we get set to go green. It's going to be a good one. Overtime, green-white checkered attempt number 1, Will. Let's see. Do we make it back to the white flag on this one, or will we have a second attempt at overtime?
I think we're going to make it to the white for this first attempt, but I think a last lap crash is what's going to happen. What we do know is that we are coming into the Geico restart zone for potentially the final time, and Justin Wadsworth gets a brilliant launch there ahead of Carl Hanshaw. Jeff Green's going to get a decent restart. Andrew Hardcastle, not so much. Leighton Norgard there's going to be right on the back of his teammate. We ride on board there temporarily. We're 3 wide for third. Leighton Norgard taking absolutely no prisoners. He has got places to be. It's Green, Hardcastle, Norgard, side by side for P3, but it's Wadsworth and Hanshaw, your front 2. We are heading into turn 3. If they get to the white flag, the race is official. There will be no caution flag to disrupt the end. As Leighton Norgard gets clear for P3, my pick to win this race. He's got to get moving and get moving quickly. He's got 3 sets to the leader. It's right over the line, but we took the white flag.
Here we go, 1 to go, presented by PitPassNetwork.com. It's Justin Wadsworth, his Hanshaw in the wall. Oh no, he's gonna lose spots now. Here comes Green, here comes everybody else. Welcome to the top 5, Bailey Mills. As here we go through 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag gonna be in hand, checkered flag displayed. It's Justin Wadsworth gonna finish first ahead of a Leighton Norgard. Battle to the line, Jeff Green just ahead of Bailey Mills and Andrew Hardcastle, the top 5. Hosick in 6th, Higgins 7th, Abbott, Thomas, and Jaden Racimus, the top 10. We're going to step away here real quick. We're going to be right back, and we'll talk to your top 3 finishers with your winner, Justin Wadsworth, 2nd place, Leighton Norgard, and rounding out the podium, Jeff Green.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
The NASCAR Cup Series returns to Worldwide Technology Raceway on June 1st and 2nd, 2024. The time to get your tickets is now. For only $10 down, you can lock in your seats for an incredible weekend of family fun, featuring the Enjoy Illinois 300 and the Confluence Music Festival. Racing, music, camping, it all adds up to one amazing party. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
And we are back here. It's going to be William White standing by here momentarily with our 3rd place finisher, Jeff Green.
Jeff Green, 3rd place finisher. You got a copy, my friend?
I do, William. How you, bud?
Yeah, doing good, man. That was an awesome race. Obviously, third place for you. How do you kind of summarize that race, considering your performance overall, the run you had, and where you sit in points now? You sit third, I believe.
Yeah, 10-4. It was a good night for us. I don't know. I can't seem to get over the hump. The race had a green look at early. Then we had to start having caution after caution, and then I was worried about having enough fuel if we did go green to the end. So I pitted and I just lost all my track position and had to give it up there at the end. Those guys stopped and got tires, and I had to get track position out of it. So had a few more laps on them than Leighton and Justin and those guys come storming up through there. But it was a good night. Our car really worked good. Thank you for Turner Eye Clinic for helping me do this each and every week. And it was a good night. I mean, that's like I said, I just can't get over the hump. Seem like I'm third to fifth to sixth, somewhere in that area every week. But these guys that I'm racing against, they're something else, man. They're wide open. They get after it hard. And it's just a lot of good racing going on, especially up front. When I got back in the back, it was a sight to see some of the things that was going on. And it's so much harder to race back there. So it's nice to be up front. Qualified pretty good, qualified fourth, and was able to stay up there the whole first green run. And I thought after 20 or 30 laps, half a fuel run, I thought I was probably better than the leaders. So but that's racing, and the cautions are going to come. So especially in this series, we've got a lot of rookies, and we all make mistakes. So it still puts on a great show. I know the finish had to be something to watch. So I'm looking forward to going back and watching it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, obviously you mentioned Turner Eye Clinic earlier on. Is there anyone else you want to thank for getting that beautiful 38 up onto the podium there?
Just do good for what they do for me. They paint all my cars, and we get to interact on the radio here throughout the race and get to talk smack to each other. So just do good, and our race team, and again, the Turner Eye Clinic out of Arkansas. Those guys do a great job for everybody. Ever in Arkansas, Cabot, Arkansas, go by and see a Turner Eye Clinic.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on the third place again, buddy.
All right, thanks. And I always forget. Thank y'all for doing it too. I always forget y'all, and y'all do a great job on the broadcast and keeping everybody up to date where everybody's at. So great job for y'all too.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy. Congrats.
Thanks. See you.
That was Jeff Green, the third place finisher tonight. Now I'm standing by with our runner-up finisher, Leighton Norgard. Leighton, you came home second here, my friend. Why don't you walk us through your night? Pretty eventful out there. And what more did you need to get up there and pass Justin Wadsworth at the end?
Yeah, I was hoping for a lot of long green runs, which was always going to be a little optimistic, trying to get ahead on tire saving. And went okay for the first third of the race, and then kind of took a downhill turn at that point, and then had some, I wouldn't say strategy miscues, but things that didn't go our way on strategy. On that last stop, I was hoping to have more like 5 laps of running on the lead cars tires instead of just 1. So made things a little more difficult, but we were out of time to make any progress, or out of time to race through the field if we didn't pit then. So had to work with what we had, and it worked out pretty well.
It definitely did work out well for you. Came home second, solid points day for you, and still 2 rounds to go to get up there and maybe snag yourself a victory and continue to fight for that championship. Leighton, before we let you go, who's your sponsors? Who gets it done for you?
Myself. I'll give a shout out to all the Abbott guys, of course. Corey and Andrew running tonight. You and Will putting on a good broadcast. Looking forward to watching that back. And yeah, other guys that aren't around as much.
Well, congratulations to you. You mentioned going to watch the broadcast. If you haven't subscribed to ERN yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends to do it as well. But that is the Leighton Norgard, your runner-up finisher here tonight. Congratulations once again.
Thanks, Robert.
And Will, you are now standing by with the man of the hour once again, our regular season champion, our points leader in the playoffs. It's the 6 of Justin Wadsworth.
Justin Wadsworth, struggling money. You got a copy about it, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, that one must feel pretty good, mustn't it? Obviously, you're now 13 points clear I believe that's your first win of the season. Is this kind of the beginning of the momentum to try and run for a championship?
Yeah, I hope so, man. I'm fucking pumped about that win there. I feel like it's kind of been a long time coming. It's actually my first win in Elite. It was tough at Charlotte earlier this season getting spun out when I felt like I was the fastest car. So to come on with it tonight feels good, especially in the playoffs too.
Awesome. Anyone you want to thank for getting that beautiful number 6 out in victory lane tonight and firmly into the points lead?
Shout out to my dad, Craig Wadsworth. He was crew chiefing for me the whole way. We were kind of trying to work out the strategies with all the cautions and the tire wear and all that. Shout out to you guys. As always, you guys do a great job. And then also a shout out to the guys up front there. Like that was getting pretty dicey at the end, and everybody kept it pretty clean. And I have a lot of fun racing with them.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on the victory again, buddy. Hopefully we'll see you in here more often.
Yeah, me too, man. Thanks, guys.
That was Justin Wadsworth, your race winner once again, Will. And before we head off, final thoughts from you after what was a pretty decent race here at the Chicagoland Speedway.
Yeah, cautions are plenty towards the end there, but that was some beautiful racing. Up towards the front of the pack, Justin Wadsworth, very much a deserving winner, was very quick, very much cementing himself as someone who could win this championship. Obviously, it's his first win in Elite, but it could also be his first title from the checkered flag at Worldwide Technology Race, where he has been super consistent throughout the regular season to take the championship and to now put himself firmly in the championship league with just 3 rounds to go. I'd say he's my pick for the title right now, and he sounds pretty effing pumped to get that victory tonight.
Yeah, he did drop that at one point, didn't he? But what a race it was tonight. Congratulations to Justin Wadsworth, of course, an absolutely deserving winner here tonight. And I got to give a shout out as well to a driver that got their first top 5 tonight, Bailey Mills. Very solid performance by the James Bond machine this evening. Happy to see that. Happy to see Norgard, Green, Hardcastle up there in the top 5 as well. Very solid runs all around. But, well, that'll do it for us from Chicagoland. Of course, folks, tune in tomorrow night. Belly Up Sports Cup Series live from Charlotte at 7:30 Eastern Time. On behalf of William White, my name is Robert Hill Jr. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.